G.I. Joe meets Transformers with the Bumblebee Awe Striker with Lonzo, Stalker, Wilkinson. Yes, this is the G.I. Joe collab with Transformers where Bumblebee becomes an Awe Striker. Yes, it's been out for a while, but it was requested. Apparently there's not a lot of reviews out there of this guy, so I wanted to give my take. And it's still available, so, you know, it might influence your buying decision. But it's very cool retro style packaging and comes with a figure, and we're gonna go through it bit by bit and see if it's good for your multiversal collection. Be right back. So as you can see, the packaging is very nice. It does show Bumblebee in his robot mode with really big shoulders, and the Awe Striker being driven by Stalker. And on the back, it does show both modes and Stalker. Now, he doesn't appear to have nearly as many accessories or figures as Soundwave, but what the hell, we'll go through them. It says 2022, so this was last year. Yeah, I have a backlog. You're gonna see some stuff you were like, I bought that 9 months ago. I hope you enjoyed the reviews anyway. But I fooled you because Bumblebee's not in there. I took him out already. He's right here. And the reason for that is because I have a new policy where I'm not going to unbox these guys fresh on camera, because then I kind of rush through the transformation, I miss things, and I'd rather not do that to you guys or be embarrassed. Either of those things. So this is Bumblebee as he is packaged in his robot mode. And I have to say, not the most stable. I'm not talking mentally, I'm talking physically, but mentally you never know. But he's not a bad figure. Just to go through him real quick, just to show you him from all angles. You can see he's got very big tires, so very kibbly. He's got the whole cage part of the Awe Striker on his back with these things here. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. Maybe, you know, for Wi-Fi. I mean, if we're going back to the 80s, no Wi-Fi. But you can see he's got that kibble on his back. He's got rather large legs, so he is a bit kibbly. Now, he does come with accessories. He comes with 2 antennae, or antennas. I think it's antenna, I have no idea. Which you can plug in on his back, so they're sticking up in his robot mode. He also comes with a weapon, which, big surprise, which is this gun that can also be used by Stalker. And it has a little peg, though it moves around a little bit, so you gotta be kind of precise when putting it in his hand or it'll wiggle, like so. But when you get it in there, you can obviously use it as a weapon, but you can also like tilt it as a weapon. But wait, there's more. Because he's got Stalker, he's got a G.I. Joe action figure, woohoo, as a partner. Now, I've said this in the Soundwave video, I'll say here, I did enjoy G.I. Joe, the show, I watched it, I enjoyed it, but I did not collect the figures or the vehicles at the time. I was limiting myself pretty much to Transformers, which I still do now, but I happen to have a G.I. Joe figure here, so we will break him out for you guys, because he does interact with Bumblebee. He's basically your 3 3/4 inch O-ring style G.I. Joe figure. Comes with a machine gun of some kind. Military and G.I. Joe fans would probably know what gun this is. It does not say anywhere on the back what gun this is. And he does come with a little base, so there he is with Bumblebee, and you can see them kind of at all angles. I'm gonna go through the posability on Bumblebee real quick, then we're gonna do a little bit more with Stalker, and we're going to actually show how Stalker can interact with Bumblebee in his robot mode, and then we're going to do the transformation vehicle mode and put Stalker in the vehicle and on the vehicle and that kind of thing. But posability on this guy, I do want to point out some features. Obviously, he's got the Autobot symbol front. He also has the translucent blue plastic in the back of his head, so if the light hits just right, his eyes can glow. So those are some features. But posability wise, he can do a full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he kind of has to hold himself up like that. It's also got the wheels, but the cage part kind of interferes with him like rolling back and forth. So I will say I'm not thrilled with the cage part just because it can interfere with various things. Like he can kick forward, but when he tries to kick back, he gets all tangled up in the cage. And trying to kick to the side You have to kind of turn at the same time. It's not pretty because of these huge wheels on his arms and legs. Still, now he does not really have any type of ankle swivel, but his feet are the seats, and you can maneuver them a little bit, but it doesn't really do anything to help you with posing him. So pretty much just snap them into place, and there are his feet. But because they are wide, he can attain a wide stance without being unstable. Now he can twist. Oh wait, I do want to show he can bend at the knee, so he can knee somebody. He's got swivels all the way around. Of course, you got to maneuver the leg out because of the really big wheels. So the legs are pretty posable, just the cage kind of limits going backwards, and the big wheels can kind of limit certain motions. But he can also twist at the waist a little bit. Now, he's got this piece in the back that kind of keeps him, and the cage that kind of makes it very difficult to swivel him. So a little bit, just like to give him a hint of more dynamic posing, but though there is the swivel there, it's kind of a pain. Again, this cage on the back can limit some things. The arms can kind of go all the way around if you maneuver them back and forth. They're on these shoulder pieces that they're not supposed to necessarily, but they can come out, and then you can maneuver things, or you can just bend it out that way. He does have a little bit of a thing where his arm can go straight out to the side, and he's got a heck of a lot of armpit hair. Now he's got an armpit joint style thing in there. It is part of the whole assembly in his shoulder. But yeah, he can also bend at the elbow. He can swivel pretty much all the way around. The fists themselves can turn as well, which is nice. No articulation with the fingers, thumb, anything like that. The head can turn all the way around. And again, it has that nice light piping feature. So he's a pretty posable dude. Stalker is your general 3 3/4 inch figure, which has all the same posability. He can't really do a Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he twists at the waist, the arms go around. His head doesn't turn all the way, which is kind of good because he's human, but he can turn to the side. It kind of gets stiff, turning too far, so I'm not going to force it and break his head off. He does have the screw hole in the little port here, so you can probably put a backpack there for him. And he's got his machine gun. And of course he comes with the base, with the heel hole, so you can stand him up very nicely. And there he is from all the different angles. Now, with Bumblebee, you can take his gun out of his hand, which you kind of figured that part out. But you can put it on his shoulder right here for a shoulder-mounted weapon. So there's a hole right here, 5mm, I'm pretty sure. You can put the gun on it, and he could use it, or we can take Stalker, and there is a little platform on the back here with a little peg for his foot heel hole, whatever they call them. Like I said, I'm not a big G.I. Joe person, but Stalker could be like, again, a Bumblebee's personal Yoda, and he can fire the weapon. Back that camera up so you can see him a little bit better. There you go. There is Stalker on Bumblebee's back. And Bumblebee's like, will you get off my back? Jesus. Probably wouldn't say Jesus. Primus? Primus? In the name of Primus, get off my back. So that is pretty much the bot mode and how Stalker can interact. There's more interactions in vehicle mode, obviously. So let's get this guy into vehicle mode. So there is Bumblebee as the Striker.
Striker. Striker, 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 striker. Striker.
Now, a lot of people are like, well, you know, Bumblebee is a Volkswagen. Well, here's a picture of a military vehicle that actually has a Volkswagen chassis that kind of resembles this particular Bumblebee. Oop, I forgot one thing. Pushing forward the grill so he has headlights. But anyway, there he is. Striker, it says United States on it. It's got the nice star on the hood, the 2 antenna, the gun on the top. He's got another gun right here. Steering wheel, seats, which need to be popped into place, though I don't see any shocks under there, so while they're going over rough territory, this is gonna hurt the ass of the driver, or the guy pretending to be the driver. You got the tail lights there, you got extra nozzles and such. Now, Stryker, you can put him in the vehicle and he can pretend to be drunk driving Bumblebee home. I'm not saying he's a drunk, I'm just saying since it's hard to get him to sit straight in there. That could be one reason. He could have also been in a blast and gotten a concussion. Either way, it's a good thing that Bumblebee can drive. Maybe straighten out his legs a little bit. There you go. Now you look a little bit better in the driver's seat, I think. But your hands aren't on the wheel, so good thing Bumblebee's driving. So you can put him in either seat. He can also be using this little gun here to shoot at COBRA or Decepticons or, you know, pedestrians, you know, whoever seems to get in the way. Now he can also go onto the back here. I'm not sure how we want to put him on here. There's the same peg as before, but it's kind of facing backwards. I don't think it would be doing him too well. But supposedly you can set him up so he's firing the big gun from back here. I don't see where to plug him in. I probably shouldn't have left the instructions over there. Now I feel like getting him. He can also be on one of the running boards, or you can bring in other G.I. Joe figures, and Bumblebee can be fully outfitted. So that is him in vehicle mode. I do want to just show you, he rolls pretty well. I mean, he's got big ass tires, so maybe he should roll pretty well. But he's a pretty cool vehicle. I like him. He's got a human companion who is not Spike Witwicky. You're probably an upgrade because Spike couldn't really fight. But there it is. Now, he is, I think, about 90 bucks. He's almost as expensive as Soundwave, who comes with 2 figures and Ravage and is bigger. So I'm not sure what the pricing situation is. And by the time this hits YouTube, it's going to be after Black Friday. So you may see him on sale during the Christmas season, but it won't be a Black Friday sale. But pretty cool. In his vehicle mode, from front tire to back tire, he's about 7 inches long. In robot mode, from head to toe, he's about 7 inches tall. If you count the antennas, he's like 10. So I wouldn't count the antennas. One thing is with his gun, the handle can pop off pretty easily. It's on a swivel, but you can also pop it right back on pretty easily, and it's good as new. So that's the G.I. Joe collaborative figure with Stalker. Please let me know in the comments if you want me to do Megatron, because I still haven't done him yet. And you might enjoy that one, if you enjoyed this one. And I really hope you're enjoying these as much as I enjoy making them, because figuring out new Transformers and showing them to other fans is always fun. And if you like this one, you may like to check out the Soundwave video over here, where we did that G.I. Joe collab. And of course, we will see you next time. I hope so. Have fun and good hunting.